We wanted to write a song about having an outside perspective. They see it as red, the other people see it as blue. Is anybody really wrong? Does it matter? Is it fact? Is it opinion? So here it is.
I gotta be honest, you got me thinking. Should I take what you say to heart? Is it fact or opinion? Well, is the dress black and blue, or is it just white and gold? That shit got me thinking, they tripping. I'll stay in my old world, my vision, my mission. I'm over comparing, don't notice the staring, don't need your permission. Just doing me, just doing me, just doing me, just doing me. Don't tell me what to do, how to think, or what to feel. Life isn't one huge reel when it comes to perceiving the world. We vary while it just whirls. Don't know about you, I see the glass half full. Well, is the dress black and blue, or is it just white and gold? I'm over comparing, don't notice the staring. I'll be over here just doing me, just doing me. Don't tell us what to do, how to think, or what to feel. Life isn't one huge reel when it comes to perceiving the world. We vary while it just whirls. How come everybody's gotta know more than the other guy? Why can't we all just try to understand that we cannot comprehend someone else's life? So don't tell me what to do, how to think, or what to feel. Life isn't one huge reel when it comes to perceiving the world. We vary while it just whirls. Oh, oh, oh. Living in my world.
Welcome to Arigato Vibes Live, episode 3, with my very talented friend, Leah Simmons.
Thank you, that's me.
All right, so let's give you a chance to introduce yourself. What do you want to say?
Okay. I am a singer, songwriter, guitarist, aspiring drummer, gardener, chef, and more.
We would love for you guys to kind of say hello and to follow you at...
Leah Simmons Music, at Leah Simmons Music. Also, at leahsimmonsmusic.com. No @ sign.
Ooh, you have
Just
a website.
leahsimmonsmusic.com.
What can I find on your website?
You can find everything about me on my website. Not enough to be a stalker and crazy, but you can buy a t-shirt if you would like. You could download my music, listen to it for free, see where I'm playing next, which is tomorrow night.
Where?
Tomorrow night I'm playing at Dangerous Minds Brewing in Pompano Beach.
Yes,
I was
love
going
it.
to say Pompano Beach first, but I was like, I'm not playing at Pompano Beach. I'm playing at Dangerous Minds in Pompano Beach.
Gotcha. I was going to say, you're playing so many places, you're like, which one is it?
Yeah, I'm that cool. No.
All right, so let's
Great
jump
part.
into it. People want to know who you are, so.
Okay.
You're a very talented songwriter. You're a very talented performer.
Thank you.
So what I want to know right off the bat is, who are your greatest influences?
Whoa, I guess that would depend on what the category is, you know what I mean? I have so many. Celebrity-wise, I like people who are no longer with us. For some reason, I have a fascination with Audrey Hepburn, for example, David Bowie, huge inspiration. My first real Hollywood crush was Heath Ledger and R.I.P., you know. Yeah, these beautiful people, you know, but yeah. Okay, Audrey Hepburn because goals just doesn't really need it. Yeah, you just get it. Heath Ledger, not really an inspiration, just like part of who I am, you know?
Yeah.
No,
totally.
David Bowie musically because I think there was a lot of genre bending in his writing. Anyways, so yeah, Brandi Carlile also, as far as songwriting goes, that's a big influence for me.
Would you say that's like more like the more modern influence, and then those are your more classic influences?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Have you seen her live?
Yes. You know, we got to see her at the Hard Rock in the newer, you know, in the guitar right before the COVID, right before we shut down. It was like the week before.
So no masks,
No masks yet. The Brandy was like, you know, they are going to cancel this tour, so everyone just, you know, don't kiss your neighbor or whatever the fuck she said. I don't know. But it was
it was like right around the beginning.
Yeah. It was, but I did not get sick at that concert.
Hell yeah. Well, you were safe, and you got to see a concert with a bunch of people before it was forbidden.
Yeah.
Such a weird time.
Memories. 2020.
Are there any other influences?
You?
No, you're my influence.
No, are you kidding me? Stop it. Rachel, I'm like about to promote you. I'm like, did you guys see Rachel in the Super Bowl commercial that still plays? I went out to dinner 2 weekends ago at Kubo, my favorite place. Not to be confused with Kobu. This is not Kobu. Kobu is
but I love the analogy.
Awesome. Anyways, I saw Rachel in the commercial when I was eating dinner. I screamed.
Oh man, you just made my day.
I think it's important to, you know, to keep going and keep the hustle alive, and I see that in you, and I'm always just like, damn.
Thank you.
I'm 31, Rachel. Yeah. How old are you?
33.
33. It's like, you know, we're in our 30s now, man. we damn been hustling.
So let's go into you as a songwriter, you as an artist. What was the first song you ever wrote, and what inspired it?
Well,
you're like, last week now.
It's hard to say because I don't really take the jokey type songs that I wrote in high school that were like, you know, about eating tater tots in the school cafeteria and shit with my friends and like farts and stuff, you know? But like they were my first songs that I wrote to pair with chords, you know, and music. So I feel like if I were to say my first ever written song happened when I was 15, then it would be 16 years ago. But my first recorded song and song that I wrote once I decided to pursue music was...
So that's where we're starting.
Yes, that's where we're up here. That, it's called 2111. It's not even a recorded song that I have released. I play it a lot, though. I'll be playing it tomorrow night at Dangerous Minds in Pompano Beach.
Let's go, baby.
But I play that one all the time, and it's such a big part of me, and it's like about... You know, when I first moved here and I didn't really know anybody and had a lot of free time on my hands. And
where'd you move here from?
Well, I'm from Maryland originally.
Okay.
But I moved here after spending 3 years in Arizona.
Cool.
So transplanting cross country.
So born in Maryland, raised in Maryland, moved to Arizona for a few years, made your way over here.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's a
well-traveled child.
Is it about that whole journey, or is it just about your arrival to the Sunshine State?
It is just about how I was like, can't be taking no more shit. Like, I gotta just, here I am now. I can't listen to what people are gonna say. They're gonna say, you gotta do... You know what drives me nuts is when people tell you what you should be doing, or they tell you how you should live your life or whatever. And it's just like, okay, there's a point where you just let someone live their own life and figure it out and go along for the ride and just be there and support them, right?
Right.
So this whole song was just like honing in on like being your best, living your best life, I guess, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, how do you, basically the chorus is like, ooh, they're trying to blind you. Oh. Society has gotta try to step out of the lines to find the ones, the souls who have a mind that's true. So it's like about how I came here, I didn't know anybody.
Oof.
And I was like, look, if I just need to, I didn't know anybody, and it was a great thing because I just went
so
and
good.
explored on my own and like redefined kind of what I was looking for in friendships, relationships, you know, and stuff like that. And I found a lot of comfort at that time. Spent a lot of time at my sister's house, you know, shape who I am as an individual, and really supported my artistic mix. My whole family has always supported the arts, you know.
I love that. Thank you to your family for supporting this amazing artist.
Yeah, you guys helped make me as cool as I am.
Yeah.
Which is the coolest in the family, so woo!
You heard it here first, though. But honestly, thank you guys, because sometimes there's so much talent in an individual and they're not supported and they're put down, and they don't get to find that in themselves, or they can't find the courage to share it. Back to your song, that sounded so pretty and so good, and like, I'm surprised that's your first song coming in hot. Can you sing that for us one more time, a cappella?
Oh, okay. Oh, they're trying to blind you. Society has gotta try to step out of the lines to find the ones, the souls who have a mind that's true.
Oof. Thank you. I
You're
wanted
welcome.
that
Thank
sound
you.
bit uninterrupted. All you. That was so good.
Thank you.
So that was your first song. Really cool. Well, I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear that. Is that on Spotify and all the platforms?
No.
No, it's
Never
not.
been recorded. You can only catch it live.
Oh.
Oh!
And an Arigato Vibes after this.
Yeah. I'll play it.
Oh man. Okay. Cool. Are you planning on recording that one?
Maybe one day.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of
on
things
the
I want
list.
to record. Yeah, there's quite a few.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So let's move on to the songwriting process, or better yet, your songwriting process.
Okay, what about it?
Take us on this journey. Is it the same every time? Is it so different every time?
So different.
Is there a different order and a different approach every time? Does every song has its very own imprint in life? And
I do think every song is probably a reflection of a time period.
okay.
Maybe even if it's not like about my life, I might be representing the things that are happening around, or like my mindset, or like what I'm watching on television at the time. Kind of thing. It's all different. Like, sometimes I come up with melodies vocally, and sometimes I come up with melodies like instrumentally. Sometimes I'll just be like hearing a beat and then come up with a vocal melody over that, and then I have to figure out, oh shit, well, what chords match up with that? You know, like, I can't tell what I'm actually singing, what chord, that kind of thing.
And does that change the order of finding chords for the melody versus having the chords and finding the melody? Or does that
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like no matter what the melody originates as, it's 100% changed by the end of it every time. It's like, oh, the initial idea is there, and then you know, work out the rough draft, and then you finalize, and then you are like, this is how it goes now, and then you do it enough times with the parts how you like it, that you memorize how it goes, and then you forget how it originated.
Right. So it's very own special journey every song every time.
Yes. Yeah.
And how about with the lyrics and the melody? Do the lyrics sometimes come before the melody and you're searching for the melody to fit it? And does it switch there as well, where you have the melody?
I never write lyrics without a melody first, because it's just not what I do. But I'm constantly hearing things, I think. So it's like, I couldn't even try.
So the melody always comes first to your ear?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And like, I guess there could be situations where I'd think like, oh, this 2-line thing rhymes, and I could write down like a little blip that I think will be good as a song part, like a poem type thing. Okay. And every time I'm like, nah, it doesn't transfer. That's just like a cool quote that I'll be famous for when I die.
Oh man,
like that,
I love
Leah
it.
Simmons. Right now they're not giving me my philosophical credit. I'm like so wise beyond my years. They don't even know.
Oh man, I love it. All right, cool.
Touch me.
You told me where you draw inspiration from your lyrics and your melodies. It's from what's going around, like what's going on around you and what's going on in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to take a prompt that someone maybe gives you or that you give yourself and just write on the topic?
Absolutely. That is almost like doing a challenge versus when I normally write, it's kind of like therapy. Mm-hmm. It's just like, there are no rules. And then when you're given a prompt, you're like, how do I make it fit the theme?
Right. So it's more like a game and a mission and a task versus where when you do what you always do, it's more creativity and inspiration.
Yeah. And that goes with any like collaboration too. Like, you know, when you do it by yourself, you're on your own accord, you know, your own timeline, all that. When you're working with other people, there's different ideas. And generally, you know, you're going to make much more exciting music if you work with other musicians and brains and share ideas and stuff. Yeah. But there's something so freeing about just being like, this is mine. I did it. Yeah. Here it is. This is it. This is what. You're welcome.
I love it. Like, you know? This is me. Yes. Take it or leave it.
Yeah. You're welcome that I'm sharing my vulnerabilities with you. You know what I mean? But also, thank you so much for listening.
Oh, man. You're seeing every side of Leah.
She is happy. She is passionate.
But, you know, thirsty. It's cool because you're showing the artist side in you. You know, because you could just be a songwriter. You could just have these melodies and lyrics that come to you. And that could be that. They could stay in your vault. They could be sold to another artist. But you are the artist too, right? So you're...
And the businesswoman as well. Oh, unfortunately for me. So much work.
Oh, man. So are you talking about
who pays promoting? Me? Yeah, you don't pay yourself, right? Like, I'm like, literally all the money I make just goes just right back into the business or to bills.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta pay the bills, you gotta eat, right?
Yeah, I gotta eat.
But on the business side, you're talking about booking venues, staying, performing. Is that what you're talking? Promoting.
Booking venues. I got a couple of side projects that I have going on with some friends. So, you know, arranging band rehearsals. You know, we practice in my living room. Sometimes we practice at my friend Chad's in his office.
What's up, Chad?
And, hey, Chad. Chad is amazing. Lisa's amazing. Love you guys, bandmates. I forgot why we were talking about you, though, so sorry.
Well, we were talking about the entrepreneurial side of things, about booking, promoting.
Yes, how I'm a businesswoman, yes.
And how you've been busy doing the rehearsals and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, just running things. Not running things, but, you know, just staying on top of all different aspects. My social medias, my website, booking, selling merchandise, you know, marketing, which I don't do much of. The ad stuff, whatever, I don't do it either anymore. And, like, I want to get back into the studio more than I can, but people don't realize, like, it takes a pretty penny. Yeah. And they're like, oh, you know, there's the argument about being able to make music basically for free at home, you know, on your computer or whatever. Sure, you could do that if you want to. I rather play with, like, real musicians in real time who I'm getting to come out to the studio to collaborate on. I want strings, I want piano, I want horns, I want everything there.
You want the full studio setup. Yeah.
It's all right if I need to use a synth and I need to use a drum machine for a track. Yes, love it. But I'd rather have someone, you know, when a track is so perfect, you're like, okay, computer did this. Yeah. There's something about when it's a real musician doing it. It's just slightly imperfect in a way that actually makes you feel something.
Ooh. Can you say that again?
There's something about when it's a real musician doing it. It's just slightly imperfect in a way that actually makes you feel something.
That was genius what you just said, and it's cool because you're bringing light to the fact that there are different styles of artists. In that there are artists who are down to show up to somebody's home studio and let's whip something together. Let's have it on Spotify by the end of tomorrow.
Which I have done. I have done that too.
Yeah. Exactly. But preference-wise.
Exactly. Perfect
Let's
world.
have the full studio. Let's have the musicians. Let's have the studio vibe.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Vibes.
That's so true.
I want us to have a family meal That's one of my favorite parts. Like, so in the past, I've recorded out of Baltimore.
Okay.
And with some of my best friends and some really great musicians there. And so we would all take a break after about 4 hours and just all have lunch together, sitting on couches around like a little coffee table. There'd be like 8 of us just eating takeout. And it was like Thanksgiving dinner energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Friendsgiving, right?
Yes, it's like we're all pouring our heart out into this project, and I'm so thankful they're all part of it, obviously. Yeah. And they're feeling so great. It's
the go big or go home mindset, I feel like.
AI does not give me the validation that I get from going to the studio.
Yeah.
And not having to do it all yourself. Fuck, like, you heard I'm already doing everything else. I don't want to have to... I mean, okay, to be fair, I rather make all of the music than do business stuff.
Yeah.
But I do business stuff in balance with my perfect world scenarios. We would have full bands at studios anytime we'd want. And we'd be able to pay them. That's the thing. Pay us so we can pay them to make good music.
Exactly.
Lionel Messi, she was in the commercial. Give us money.
It's coming. Don't worry.
Playing a new song. It's called Hello, Clare. It's about a bird named Clare, which it's named after the town it's from, a little town, I think it was South Africa. Anyways, this is a bird that lives at the end of the street that I ride my bike past. The bird goes, "Hello, Clare." That's not how it sounds, but that's what it says.
Woo! Yeah.
Watch them drive it all away. I'll turn to rubble. As far as my eyes could see. At the end of my street, where they live out their dreams.
Back with my guest, Leah Simmons. Is there
Hi.
Is there a middle name that we can tell?
It's
our guest?
Elizabeth.
Leah Elizabeth Simmons. What a flow! Let's go, baby.
Yes, thank you.
I love that.
Thank you.
Beautiful
My
name.
name is a flow.
So let's get into what are some projects that you're really excited about that are coming out soon, that you're working on now, that you want people to know about.
I'm really excited for a lot of things. And a lot of those are the fact that I've been writing a lot. And so I have things that eventually will be recorded and shared. And it's just exciting to think about how it finds the listeners. I like always, making connections through music. So I'm excited to hear about who the new songs that I'm working on with friends and also my individual stuff too, how people connect to that. And I always love when people reach out and send messages and stuff. So I'm always just eager and excited to share with the world.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I have, a couple of songs that I've been writing with Chad and Lisa. Shout out back to Chad and Lisa. We have a couple of originals. Very fun. It's like kind of sassy. Chad plays the drum machine. He makes beats, and then we have the bass guitar. We got 3 electric guitars.
Cool.
Like there's we just have fun.
Are they making an appearance tomorrow?
Not tomorrow, but we do hope to be playing our own show.
Oh.
We're going to be recording in July, so that's very exciting. And then
right around the corner.
Hopefully in August we'll book our first show. I think a lot of people probably play shows before they record, but we're all musicians.
Yeah.
And so we're all just, jamming it out, and we're excited to record it, because you really build the song when you are recording it. You hear things, once you hear everything laid out, you're like, oh, we should have a harmony, or melody doing XYZ at this part, and you just build and build and build. And so I think we're really excited for that part. So can't wait for that to be out. And
that's
then
awesome.
Like the new song I just played, Hello Clare, I'm very excited to get that recorded in the studio too, which I envision just being 2 acoustic guitars and perhaps a flute, because I played it, I debuted it for the first time at a show a couple weeks ago in Miami at a place called Bar Nancy. It's an amazing venue. And it was a songwriters night, and I was up there with my friends Matt Sonata and Timothy LaRock, who I had just met that night. He's awesome. Actually, we had met previously, but it was the first time playing together, getting to know each other. So they were improvising over my original stuff and improvising over each other's.
That's fun.
I was not improvising over it. I was like, I'm gonna sit here in awe and just be like, wow,
hey, you're the
amazing.
creator.
Yeah. So Matt was playing the flute over that new song, and it was just like, fuck, the song is like a fairy tale, so hopefully I get that recorded, in the next couple of weeks like I want to.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so I think, when I'm quiet, it's not that I'm not doing anything. It's that I'm doing a whole lot and just waiting to be able to, lay it out.
Stitch it together.
Exactly. It all,
I'm glad you said that, because
there's
it's
a
not
lot
like
of
you're just
planning.
being lazy or just feel like disappearing. You're like,
No.
as if
No.
you're doing this.
Yes. And I have, there's releases that I have planned, but they're big picture things, and it's like, you got a budget for them, and I'm getting married next year, so it's
congratulations.
Thank you.
Aww.
But it's I'm in this part of my life where I want to do music, obviously, as my career. It's what I've chosen, and I've been making it work. But I also want to live my regular life, and that includes saving up for big momentous occasions like your wedding.
Yeah.
And so, some years
Balance.
you have more freedom to do creative pursuits and travel. Last year we went to Costa Rica. I got super sick. It was my 30th birthday. Hell yeah.
Man.
Doing the things, and we will go into this in our conversation later, but basically how time is a human construct anyways, and so there's no timeline in which I need to complete anything or release anything, but the point is there is material waiting to be laid down and released.
You're cooking
It
it
exists. I'm chefing.
Yeah.
I'm straight stirring that pot, girl.
That's awesome. And I believe it, because every time I like, what's Leah up to? You got a new song or a new project coming out, or you're performing somewhere?
Yeah, lots of shows.
So I can definitely vouch that I see you hustling and working hard, which is
if
really
only
cool.
it made more money.
Yeah.
It would perhaps encourage more. No.
Yeah.
I don't find inspiration from the money, but I do wish I had more of it for more projects. Honestly, that's the whole thing. It's like I wish I could make more so I could do more.
Well, in regard to that, let's use that as a segue. What is like your long-term vision for your career with music?
My long-term vision for my music career is to stay happy and proud of what I create, I think. I don't, necessarily want to travel the world on tour, believe it or not, but I would love to record so many things. Like, I want to do a jazz album. Like, of course, you know what I mean? I want to do a soundtrack. I want to do, I want to do the score for a movie. Like, there's a whole lot of, I think, possible long-term goals that I could come up with.
Sounds like a musical bucket list.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
it's kind
cool.
of like and creative projects as well, not just music, but like I'm hilarious if you haven't noticed, and I have friends who do film stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Hey.
And so like I have visions of writing screenplays and also starring and directing things and it's tricky to have all these wonderful creative thoughts going all the time.
Would you be interested in acting?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
I don't know if your fans knew this.
Put me on the TV, mama.
That's awesome. Okay, we're definitely going to talk about that.
Yeah. I'm a big old goofball. And, aside from being my own worst critic and having fear of rejection and all that comes with music and acting and all those things, it's kind of like, no matter the field, there's going to be the haters there, and there's going to be people who are trying to discourage you.
I feel like you're giving advice to anyone out there who's thinking about being a performing artist, who's thinking about being a recording artist, who's thinking about being a songwriter. I mean, you embody all of those things. And like you said, you wear even more hats. You're the businesswoman. Mm-hmm. You're the promoter. You're the performer. You're the songwriter. You're doing all these things.
I'm the makeup artist. I'm the hairstylist. I'm the clothing. Look at my cool outfit, guys. I'm wearing glitter socks.
I was going to say.
You can't even see my glitter socks.
Who's your stylist?
It's raining out. That's why I'm wearing a flannel in June.
So it's cool to see you wearing that many hats and making it all work. So I was going to ask you, what's your advice for the aspirational singer-songwriter? But all of this has been advice.
I am so wise. When you said the many hats thing, I'm sorry, my brain just was like, it went off to, when you kind of trail your thoughts. It was like you said, wearing the many hats. I just thought of them stacked like an ice cream cone. Yeah. I was like, yes, an ice cream cone and hats. That is what I've done. I do that. But then you kept going, and that's just what stuck in my memory was the hats thing. And for some reason, yeah, exactly.
Now I'm picturing it, but
yeah. So you're welcome.
All right, so you've definitely opened up so many future topics that I want to have you come back in the near future, and we can talk about, I
got an invite
the aspirational acting and that you want to do, and how we're gonna mix all that, and I'm gonna hook you up with my agent.
I was on a movie set once when I was a kiddo.
Oh yeah, which one?
Yeah. I was on the set of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Ooh. The one they made with Tony Todd.
This is sick. Mm-hmm. You're on set?
I was very scared.
Oh.
Yes, my dad has been in the film business a while, producing and stuff like that. Yeah, he's done a lot of things. Very cool stories he has.
That's cool.
My sister was working in the wardrobe department on set. My dad, had friends who were working it. It was in LA. I was 5th grade summer going into 6th grade.
Wow.
And it was a horror movie. And I was
That's
scared.
why you were scared. I thought you were scared because it's like a set. There's so many people.
No. That I was like, what's up, y'all? When I grow up, I'm going to be an assistant. I'll go get the coffees. That's okay. I
that's adorable.
Like belonged right there.
Yo, that's so cool.
I know, but I felt very much like I'm the behind the scenes girl. Yeah. And I've done a lot of event work and stuff, production stuff where I have been behind the scenes. I just like doing it all,
You're a creative artist.
Thank you.
Jeez, you just are like
I remember
superstar.
that there was this moment I was walking on the set and from the wardrobe trailer where my sister was and walking to where we were going to be filming the one scene that I was in with my brother, which was inside of a little like bar restaurant thing where like 11 and 12 like put them in the bar scene.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I did. I was in it. So there was a staircase and I walked by and saw Tony Todd, and I got really scared because he was in the Mr. Hyde costume, which made him look really freaky. And he's a big dude. He's like, I don't know, probably 6'5" or something, a bazillion pounds. Like, I don't know.
And you're a little kid.
Yes. And he was wearing his scary, stuff. And I remember walking and like he could tell I was noticeably scared. And he was like, hey, don't worry. It's just me, Tony.
You're like,
he was like so cool about it. And I was like, I gotta go find my dad.
I'm scared.
I was like, please don't get up. But yes, so I remember we shot for like 3 hours. And I just sat in the table and we had to have fake conversation. And it was me and my brother. And like, he didn't want to be there. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. But it's like we were in the background of a conversation happening at the bar in the scene. So like it's like, boop, there's
That's
like a
cool.
little blip. Yeah.
I mean, for a little kid, that's awesome that you had the opportunity to be in it.
Yeah.
To
People,
say,
I've been cool since I was, Tony Todd was like, don't be scared, little girl. And I was like, this is why I don't sleep well. Still, as an adult, I've been traumatized since I was a kid.
From this horror film.
Yeah.
Oh man, wait, can people find this and see?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's streaming anywhere, but you could definitely look it up. It's just Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the one starring Tony Todd. Just look that up.
Okay.
And you'll see, look for the restaurant bar scene and keep your
Baby
eyes
Leah.
peeled for the only kids.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I'm definitely gonna pull it up. All right, awesome. Well, is there any other advice that you want to pass along to the aspiring songwriters, or do you feel like you've said it all?
No, I've definitely not even begun to say anything. Look, if you want to be a songwriter, just do it. And you can learn about song structure and you can take ideas from some of your favorite artists and piece things together. And the more you do it, the more you will grow as not only a songwriter, but a musician and a lyricist. The words that you put together, not only do they need to make sense to tell your story or, describe whatever it is you're trying to describe, but they need to sound good if you're going to sing them. There's just some words that, hey, maybe if this isn't flowing how you want, just try looking up thesaurus.com, or what rhymes with this word, and
don't get stuck.
Yeah, don't get stuck. Just take to the internet and expand your grammar and expand your thought, and just remember there are no rules. There's no rules when it comes to it. So it's just write whatever you feel. People are going to tell you that you should do it differently no matter what. People aren't going to like it, and the people that do like it will connect with you, and you will feel understood and validated, and it'll be worth it, and you will continue to just get better and better.
Wow. Thank you. Mic drop. Honestly, that was a good segue into our topic of the episode, which sparked the theme of our song, which is taking an outside perspective and considering that everybody's going to see it differently. And I wanted to dive into how that affects you as the artist, as the songwriter. Basically expand on what you were just saying in regard to that everyone's going to have something to tell you about how you should do it. And you might agree, you might not. But does it really matter at the end of the day for you as an artist?
No. At the end of the day, no. But obviously, getting hate from anyone, in regards to something that you're sharing, doesn't feel good. So for me, it's kind of like, you can believe what you want to believe. I'm not necessarily a religious person, but I have a lot of friends who are. And I would never judge them. I'm like, look, man, believe what you want.
Yeah.
And they don't judge me for believing what I do, which is not maybe what they do.
Right.
And instead of, it's like, there's people who will take to the internet and just, bash you and spew so much hate, and not even towards you, but even just towards generalizations of people, and it's just it's kind of sad. You're like,
it is.
All right, you're just going off of the beliefs that you've been told since you were a kid from the people that surround you, and you haven't gotten outside of your bubble, and so you believe what you believe, and you believe it's okay to treat people with disrespect. Yeah. I'm not much for shit talking, really.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I'm not either.
I'm happy to tell stories if they are instances that have happened and are true, and
discussions and shit talk is a little different.
It's very different, and so
there's the energy behind it, right?
Yes, and I think it's like, if you're a person who isn't happy with themselves, you don't want other people to be happy, so you're gonna be a jerk. And that's just that. And if you're okay with yourself and you give yourself grace, you're just gonna be perhaps a more gentle person to be around.
Yeah.
And people are gonna tell you
what they believe because that's what they think is true and right. And they think that you don't know. They have this idea of what perfection is, right?
Right.
And you don't make it, but neither do they, because no one's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But perfect doesn't exist. So,
You're not perfect.
well, there are exceptions. I'm just kidding. You know, like, I still get people commenting saying, you know, my big ass forehead. And I'm like, yo, I am 31 and I have heard it all and I am beautiful and I really don't care. And it's not going to slow me down.
Yeah.
But it might make me have a little bit of self-consciousness for like a couple of nights. You know, I might be sad and have to talk to my fiance about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, wait, I look at photo shoots I did and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm a fucking model.
Yeah. First of all, I was going to say you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful and talented.
Thank you.
It's like an inside and out thing. I honestly feel that way.
Expense, it's an energy thing.
I'm glad you said all the things you said. To be honest,
Yeah.
it sounds like you're speaking to two groups of people. You know, our first people that you want to focus on, which is the people aspiring to do so. You're saying, hey, turn down the volume on their shit talk, on their opinion, especially if it brings you down, and do it anyways. Don't overthink it. Just do it. And practice not giving a shit what they think.
Yes.
And then you're also speaking to the second group of people, which is the people kind of being bullies, the people kind of being rude, the people tearing you down instead of lifting you up. It's almost like to those people you're saying,
yes,
you're not helping
exactly.
anybody.
I say, what's the point? Just because look, if you don't like what I'm doing, then simply just don't fucking pay attention. It's that simple.
Yeah.
What's the point of reaching it out and being a dick for no reason? Like, what, you want to make me feel bad because you feel like shit? No.
That's gotta be it.
Sorry you feel like shit, dude. Maybe look at your life. Maybe it's something that you can change. Maybe it's something you cannot change.
Yeah.
I know I can't change it. I'm not in control of anyone's behavior besides my own. And there's always going to be those little jerk fishes. And I'm always going to be a little sad girl when someone's mean to me. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because what else am I going to do?
Exactly. And I don't take you for someone who has nothing nice to say and then says those like mean things. Like, you're not going to do that, right?
No.
If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yes, you know, there's this quote that just kind of reminds me of, it doesn't really relate to our songwriting people, but it does relate to just how we exist in the world kind of thing. And I'm not going to get it word for word, but it's something like, you know, treat everything with respect. Take no more than you need. Try not to harm the environment or, you know, creatures on it. And make amends if you do. You know, like, it's just, at the end of the day, plain and simple, don't be a dick.
Yeah, have a conscience.
Yes. How are there still people littering? How are there still people abusing each other, abusing animals, chicken fighting, dog racing? I mean, like, people are gross. We cannot control other people's actions, but we can control ourselves and trying to grow and being the best versions of ourselves and not letting our fear get in the way of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fear of feeling crummy because people say you're not good enough. Fear of rejection, of not getting.
Crawling in a hole, never playing another note again.
Yeah.
That would be the biggest, the saddest story, right?
Yeah.
And you like I said, you turn down the volume on any haters, on anything they have to say, and you're making music. You're doing it.
I'm doing it, and it's so fun. All these journeys, all these shows, all of my experiences are. Some of them I just laugh about because I'm like, how did I get there? I mean, my last recording session in Baltimore, I was recording. There's 3 artists that were recording. Well, actually, I think I was the only one recording at the time, but 3 people in the space. It was me, Leah Simmons, singer-songwriter. It was the band Future Islands, who are pretty huge. They've done like multiple European and cross-country and now, I don't know, they go everywhere tours. And the 3rd band was rehearsing for their tour, and this is like one of my favorite bands, Turnstile. I mean, I am sitting here thinking, okay, this is like my 2nd time recording, but I'm really feeling like a pro at this point, you know? Got my whole first album under my belt. And then I'm like, what the fuck? These are like huge, huge bands. And it was just one of those moments where I was like, wait, what? How did I end up there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love when shit like that happens.
Would you call those synchronicities, blessings?
Yes.
Well, what's the word for you?
Yeah, all of the synchronicity. I know I said that wrong.
Sounded good.
Synchronicities. It's just like energy stuff to me. Like it's just like earthly magic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fairy shit.
For real though. That's amazing. Wow. I mean, I told you before we even went live today, you inspire me. Truly. You inspire me to want to share more of my creative original side.
Yes. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, I think I'll close the show with it. So, in closing,
okay.
I wanted to talk to you about our tradition here on Arigato Vibes. We have this jar full of affirmations, and there are several for you to choose from, and they include some from our guests, our past guests.
Okay.
So let's
affirmations.
See. Yeah, affirmations. Arigato vibes. Arigato means thank you. And then we were just talking all about the vibes. So let's see what you get.
Oh my god! 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 Okay. All right.
Are you feeling lucky?
I went for the red marker. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If it's truly part of you, don't ever quit. Never surrender!
Never!
And that is writer-director Ahi Black.
Ooh.
Wow.
He was our very first episode. If you guys want to go watch the full episode, it's on Rachel Espendez RETV on YouTube. Subscribe. I'm so glad you chose that.
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome.
I mean, that's a really powerful one. Can you talk about what that makes you feel? What that makes you think?
It makes me think I'm about to go into battle, which I always love.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you know,
You're a tough cookie.
I am a tough cookie, and I come from a large family.
Shout out to the family. Shout out to Jared. Cool.
Anyways, I felt like I was going into battle with the never surrender. But it is something that I can apply to like literally every aspect of my life, and that's like never surrender to the man. You know?
Let's go.
Fuck. It's hard. It's so hard. It's I hate that I pay for Spotify Premium. I hate that it is a platform in which I use for my career and that I make perhaps like $3 from a year.
For now.
But I give them like $15 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what a fucked up thing here.
It is a fucked up thing.
But I'm not going to surrender.
I love that.
Because we never surrender.
She was like, but
yeah,
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I don't, the long-term thing, I'm going back to that in my head. I don't know. Because there's so many ideas. I'm not sure which one's going to come to fruition, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, we'll see where the earth magic takes you next.
I love that.
Yeah.
So whether that's recording in the studio more, like you said, like you love to do most, right?
I love to do
it.
it.
So I totally see that in your future. I could see a record deal in your future. I could see...
if they're so lucky.
Millions of fans lining up to see you. I could see it all. You're extremely talented, Leah.
Thank you.
Well, can you please do us a favor? We would love to have you write your very own positive affirmation that a future guest might select.
Oh my gosh.
If they're lucky.
Oh my gosh.
And then
money.
Ooh, there we go. Hey, you can write whatever you want. Just make sure you sign on the back so they know who to shout out.
What am I gonna write?
All right, guys. Well, as she takes her time to think about what she's gonna write, I'm gonna shout out our sponsors. First shout out goes to Mike Juliano Creative Services.
I love you, Mike. I love you.
No, don't be sorry. What? I love you too, Mike. So he offers complete photo, video, and web design services in the Tri-County area for corporate work, headshots, events, concerts, music videos, small businesses. He has nearly 15 years of industry experience. He's dedicated to an unmatched attention to detail, personal connection, and quick turnaround. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
We can vouch
Yeah.
for that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, very quick turnaround. Very, oh my gosh, most professional person to work with too. So kind, so
fun.
smart, and like,
Very
there's
smart.
no problems because he's already solved it.
And isn't his energy and demeanor, like what he brings to the table on such, like when you're feeling excited and nervous, he just makes you feel like...
He's like, Leah, calm down.
Right?
Yeah, I know, he's really chill.
okay.
He really does have a very like nurturing energy.
Yes.
In a way that is very important, I think, when you're being vulnerable, you know,
Oh,
in
yeah.
a photo shoot, a music video, anything like that, you know.
Especially when you're being vulnerable.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're here
Yeah.
to help talk about our
Go,
amazing
Mike.
sponsor. So let's see. He does photo services starting as low as $150. Full websites, he'll make it for you starting at $750. Now, that's a good deal. I mean, website goes a long way. Leah has a website.
I do.
Goes a long way, right?
Yeah.
All right, and then I want to say that viewers of the show, if you mention to Mike Juliano that you watched episode 3, Leah Simmons episode, then you will receive a 10% discount on any photo or video service.
Oh, I just am learning about that. That's so cute.
So
I love
cute.
that. I love my friends.
All right, well, visit MikeJuliano.com and book today. All right, guys. Well, that concludes our podcast portion. And
I'm still
don't
writing.
forget to drop that in there. No, take your time. Take your time.
I've written 2 words.
We're going to change the setup one more time. Thank you for your patience if you've been here live. And like I said, if you can't tune in live, we're going to repurpose all this content across social media. The full episode's going to go on YouTube. The music performances are going to go on a special
YouTube.
playlist on YouTube.
A
called
special playlist.
Arigato Vibes Live Music Sessions.
Arigato Vibes live music sessions on YouTube.
Yes, you'll be there. You're going to see her face. Make sure we get a nice thumbnail. But without further
Probably
ado,
not that one, though.
we're going to set up and I'm going to sing you a little song. Welcome back for our last segment of Arigato Vibes Live, Episode 3. We just wrapped up with our amazing guest, singer-songwriter Leah Simmons. She's actually still with us. So she encouraged for all you bullies listening, for all you people listening, she encouraged me to sing one of my original songs to close out today. So I'm going to give you guys a little something, and I hope you enjoy.
My heart was made of stone, impossible to steal. But if I ever felt alone, my lips are sure to stay sealed. But little did I know that you would reach my soul. Oh, you're on a roll. You make me feel. You make love real. My heart was made of stone, impossible to steal. And if I ever felt alone, no, my lips were sure to stay sealed. But little did I know that you would reach my soul. Oh, you're on a roll. You make me feel. You make love real.
you for listening, Leah. And to anybody who's tuned in at one point or another, past, present, or future, we love you. Tune in next week. Our special guest is none other than Mike Juliano. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to have him. We're so excited. Final shout out to our other sponsor, Arigato Vibes LLC, for putting this podcast together and inspiring people to do what they love and motivate them to put action behind the ideas.